Hi there, this is Ranjit and I have this Moto E with me, and I've been using this phone just for around 24 hours, and I have been getting a lot of questions via Twitter and also via YouTube comments and some direct emails regarding the some of the questions that you guys might have regarding this Moto E, and I'm going to talk about some of the questions right now, and I'm hoping that will be helpful for everyone. And the first question that I'm getting a lot is, does this Moto E support 3G? Yes, this Moto G does support 3G, and there is actually a toggle in settings where you can switch between the 2G and the 3G. So the 3G works perfectly fine. And second question that I'm getting a lot is regarding the call quality on this Moto E. I have not made a lot of tons and tons of calls on this Moto E, but I've made about 5 to 6 cellular calls, and I would say in those 5 to 6 cellular calls, the call quality was very good. Actually, it's much better than the Moto G. So in terms of call quality, I would say this Moto E is pretty decent. Next question I'm getting a lot is about the USB OTG support on this Moto E. Sadly, USB OTG support is simply not there on this Moto E, and even I tried some third-party software, it simply does not work. But again, this Moto E is a budget-oriented phone. It's sold in India by Flipkart, and it's just sold for about 7,000 rupees. And if you take into account many of the other Android phones in the price bracket around this, and even around 10,000 or so, they do not have this USB OTG support. So yes, USB OTG support is not there. Next question that I'm getting a lot is about Wi-Fi hotspot on this. Yes, this phone has Wi-Fi hotspot functionality, and in fact it also has Wi-Fi direct, which was kind of surprising for me. It also has the screencast option. I didn't try that. I'll give that also a try. So it's interesting to see that we have options like Wi-Fi direct and even screencasting options. Now coming to the battery life, again, it's too early to comment about the battery life because it's just been 24 hours, but I'll just give you an idea about my initial impressions. As per the past 24 hours, it feels like the battery life on this Moto E is going to be excellent. So I'm pretty satisfied as of now regarding the battery life. Next thing is this Moto E does support a SD card. Up to 32 gigs of SD card can be used on this one. And some of you have asked about moving the apps to the SD card. And I would say the functionality is 50-50. Like many other Android phones with KitKat, not all of the apps can be moved to the SD card, but some of the apps could be moved. For example, let me give you an idea. I was able to move some games, for example, like Subway Surfer and Temple Run, part of the games to the SD card. But with some other apps, for example Dead Trigger, etc., I was not able to move it. So apps can be moved, but again, it's a 50-50 solution, not a perfect solution. Next, now coming to the camera on this Moto E, it sports a 5 megapixel camera which can record video up to 480p, but the camera on this Moto E is not that great. Though it's a 5 megapixel shooter, it's just a fixed focus camera, and the pictures that I have taken with this Moto E are not that great. Outdoors, yes, when there is a lot of light, the pictures are okay-ish, but camera is nothing great to talk about it, and indoors it's pretty weak. So if camera is a priority, I would suggest that look at some other devices. Regarding now the general performance of this Moto E, the performance is very snappy. It comes with 1 gig of RAM, and in my past 24 hours or so, I did not notice any lagginess or anything like the device. It's pretty snappy device for the price that you're paying. And now let's talk about the screen quality on this Moto E. The screen quality is actually pretty decent, but some of you have asked me to compare it with Moto G. Definitely the Moto G screen quality is better on this, but by no means the screen quality on this Moto is bad. It's pretty good actually. So these are some of the FA questions that I was getting a lot, and I hope that it is helpful. I'll also be doing a full in-depth review of this Moto E very soon. So if you have any particular questions, do post them in the YouTube comments. And this Moto E is exclusively sold in India via Flipkart. And if you're buying this phone, I'll have the link for Flipkart in the show notes. Please use that link. It'll help me. Thank you for watching this video. This is Ranjit, and I hope to see you in my next video.